These are the top 5 things I've learned on my journey to becoming a professional photographer, and I bet you won't guess some of the answers. My name is Dusty, and I've been a full-time creative now for 3 years. My work focuses on the outdoor brand and travel niche. I've been able to work with brands such as GMC, Subaru, and Travel Europe, as well as build my Instagram following up to nearly 100K. Over that time, I've learned some invaluable lessons that I think can help any aspiring creative take the next step in going full-time. Number 1, master your craft. This looks different at all stages, but truthfully, there's a place in the marketplace for all levels of skill sets. Whether you shoot on an iPhone or have a 10K camera setup, if positioned correctly, you can make a living with your work. The underlying message here is putting time consistently practicing your skill. This can be as simple as shooting with friends and family to putting together a mock campaign for one of your favorite brands. The more time you spend honing your skills, trying to improve, and looking at your work with a very honest lens, the further you're going to get. At this stage, you want to keep a very long-term outlook so you can be consistent at learning and improving your skills over a long time until eventually you have that overnight success. So shoot frequently, edit and iterate endlessly, and get tons of feedback. Tip number 2 is build community. This has been imperative in my career. Someone once said, if you want to go fast, go alone, and if you want to go far, go together. To me, this is one of the most important aspects of building a creative career. Early on in my journey, I was able to meet some people who were also creatives just starting out. Now, 5 years later, all of us stuck with it and we're all full-time creatives. I can directly relate this to being able to collaborate, being able to bounce ideas off each other's, and to be able to learn from each other's mistakes. When you're learning from each other's mistakes, you can learn so much faster because we don't all have to make the same mistakes. So listen to those mistakes that your friends are making. If you're just starting out, I would make it a very big priority to meet other people that you vibe with and build a community. Some ways that you can meet other creatives is through creative meetups in your area, sending messages to creatives in your area to collaborate, or even just finding other like-minded individuals online. But whatever you do, try to bring value to these relationships whenever you can. Nobody likes a leech, and you don't want to burn bridges in a small community right out of the gate. Number 3, experiences inspire creativity. This is one area of being a creative that I think is often overlooked when trying to make it a career especially. By this, I mean your experiences in life are unique to you, so use them as a superpower to inspire your work and bring unique perspectives to everything that you do. For me, my passions outside of photo and video are skiing, hiking, and travel, so I try to spend as much time doing these things separate from my work to be able to draw inspiration from them. These types of experiences, having fun outside of my creative experiences, actually have become almost as important or more important than my creative work experiences because it helps me avoid burnout. I'm stoked on that stuff, and it helps me draw inspiration to bring back to my creative work. As creatives, we need time to do nothing. We need time to just get out there and live life. And I really think that feeds how I do things and has helped me avoid burnout in the long run. So let those passions live and you will get a lot further, I think, with your creative work, and it'll come up with some crazy ideas. When you're out there sitting on the ski lift and about to do a backflip, you're gonna come up with some fresh new stuff. Number 4, build your business mindset. One of the biggest learning curves, I think, for every creative, especially people that are very creative forward, is learning the business behind the creative stuff to actually make it all go around. Pitching, accounting, taxes, write-offs, can I buy this camera, can I not? You know, that type of stuff. There's a ton to it, but the business structure behind your creative skill set is actually what's gonna make or break your business in the long run. I would highly recommend putting in time to increase your knowledge in these areas as you take steps to become a full-time creative. Some of the resources I have used to kind of fast track me in learning some of the stuff include cohorts and courses from other successful creators. You don't want to just jump onto every course, but if you do a little bit of research, you can find one that's well suited to you as well as by a reputable person. But this gives you a fast track to those answers from people that have actually experienced and failed in these areas before. It also gives you access to a great community of people that are trying to get to the places that you are. Another one is books. There are a ton of books out there basically on every topic that you can imagine, from freelancing all the way up to doing basic accounting and taxes and stuff like that. I personally have been on audiobooks lately. I can listen to about 1.5 speed when I'm driving and get through books a lot faster, especially when it's a topic of something that I really want to learn quickly. Lastly is find a good accountant. This one can be a bit expensive when you're just starting out, but in the long term, especially when we're making all that money we want in the future, it's going to save you so much money on taxes. And it's also a great person to lean on if you have any questions in regards to taxes, accounting stuff, or even just write-offs in the day-to-day. This helps relieve a huge stress that many creative business owners have, and just being able to let that go and not have to think about that and being able to focus on your creative skill is a huge win in my books. Number 5, this one's leverage social media. Now you'll notice that I said leverage and not abuse. This is key. Social media is so prominent, especially in the creative world, that I think you would be a fool not to use it as an opportunity. With millions of users worldwide, it can be used as a way to share your work, to build a personal brand, to get your work in front of the brands and clients that you want to work with, as well as meet like-minded individuals. I met all of my friends basically that I work with today through Instagram. Spend time developing a goal with what you want to do on social media, develop a strategy that aligns with that, and then consistently show up. And I highly believe that we will have return in the long run. I've been using social media to meet people basically since the early days. It helped me meet my inner circle of friends that I still work with today. It helped me meet people that I go out and adventure with and have fun outside of work. And it has also helped me meet some of my heroes and some of the people that I've looked up to over time. But building an audience on Instagram for me, even from the early days before I had 10,000 followers, I was still able to garner work and build relationships with clients way before I had 10K. This being said, you don't want to rely on social media solely, and you don't want it to be a detriment to your mental health. Use it alongside the other tips I've said in this video, and you'll have a very well-rounded approach to becoming full-time. As you can see, it doesn't have all that much to do with actually the photography, the skill set. You need to be a good creative, and of course it comes down to that. You're not going to get hired if you can't create good work. But there's different levels of good work. So if you're out there and you want to come full time, try to adhere to these, use it as a broad level guideline. And I honestly do think that if you get good at all of these different areas, you will become successful as a creative, whether that's a photographer, a videographer, a drawer, or anything, a painter. You know what? I don't have all those names in my head right now, but I really think that these have been the main overarching things that have helped me get to where I am today, who is now 3 years basically working for myself. And as you can see, I'm working at home today, and it is a Thursday, and I'm working in my home office. I am making a YouTube video. So it's kind of wild, but there's this whole world open there. I'm nowhere near where I want to get to, and that's why I'm here on YouTube, because this is one of my goals for the year, and I'm practicing my skill set right now. Just wanted to share some of my perspectives kind of on the space and some things that I think could help a lot of people that get overlooked. If you have any questions kind of regarding anything like this that I've mentioned today, or something outside of this, put it in the comments down below, or if it's something that you don't feel comfortable putting there, send me a DM on Instagram. If you learned anything today, or if you want to see me try my hand at YouTube, maybe even fail at YouTube, give me a subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to build YouTube. It's one of my favorite platforms, and I haven't given it an honest try in the past, but this year I'm going to be posting one video or more every single week. So I'd love to have you guys join along in this journey as I try something new for myself, and I hope to help inspire and educate you guys along the way. Peace. Appreciate you guys.